gotta put your picture back if nothing else. Jesus.
I'm trying to work on something for that in the background.
Background picture. Hey, it says we're live. Oh, no, you're gonna go away too. It's the Carol and Flynn show. Yeah.
Fine, I'm going away too.
Well, no, damn it! Everyone just wanted to look at me. Christ.
Sorry, I had to blow my nose.
It was fun. The timing was impeccable.
I have actual COVID, you guys, so.
Oh, no.
Be nice to
Oh,
me.
no. Don't put me next to Terry.
It's not contagious via Zoom.
Oh, thank God.
She made sure to Windex it first.
If we're
I was
live,
thinking about it. I was like,
yeah.
oh, I got
Wait.
the big C. But wait a minute, cancer is still the big C. So what is COVID? The medium C? The little C, lowercase C. I got the lowercase C.
Oh,
The
okay,
Rona.
There's the video. Okay.
The Rona.
Yeah, the Rona.
Are we starting?
I don't know.
We're live.
Yeah, we are.
Everybody except for Richard Siegfried. Yeah.
Look, we can go ahead and start, and then when he pops in, we'll be like, yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, we'll just cheer real loud if he ever makes it.
I don't think
It's
I will
not-
be. So I am
Would be
just
the
going
voice
to
from the
put a...
beyond.
Do you want to try restarting your whole computer?
Nah, yeah, it's going to take a little bit longer. And then a lot of audio configuration and stuff like that. So I'm just going to do this.
The voice from beyond.
So for the
Voice
streaming
of the
world,
outer world.
is this like your version of silent movie?
Sort of, kind of. There we go.
No, silent movies don't have sound, not visuals. It's rich in audiobook form.
For the streaming world.
There we go. I got a picture of
Oh,
me up
yes.
there.
We got a picture of him up on the stream. We can't see it here, but it's
So,
up on the
okay.
stream.
Yeah,
Just
so if you pull up the
keep
stream, you'll be
That's
able
all
to see
that
it.
matters.
Now later, if you want to go back in and dub your lips moving.
Good Lord, no. I am.
Could you imagine?
That is too gosh darn much work now.
Oh, come on. Or,
All right.
Let's make a cartoon of the whole thing.
Nope. I don't even remember how to do all that. I have to relearn the software, man.
You like learning. Learning's your friend. Okay.
That is true.
I guess we
Learning
should
is
go.
fun and demental.
Latin belly Flynn.
Okay, fair enough. Hey, don't turn your back on anyone tomorrow. It's GRD SWeekly.
Oh yeah, that's right. The Ides of March are
Right?
coming.
So it's Ides of March Eve, if you will.
And Pie Day.
Pie Day.
Yes, today is Pie Day.
Gotta-
Time
We
to
had
be
pizza
irrational.
pie for dinner.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to GRD SWeekly, episode number.
309.
Yeah.
I was going to say 8, but I missed 8.
We're just going to say numbers. They don't mean anything. They're not
I
real.
was close, right?
Sure, you're close. That's exactly what we need. Hey, everyone. The folks bringing things to you this fine evening. The lady who will solve it. It is the Flinstress.
What the hell are you up to?
The lady that you should listen to. It's Carol the Cat.
So the important thing is not to panic.
Never, ever do that. The guy who knows exactly where he is podcasting Rich Siegfried.
It's not the 80s. Nobody says hack anymore. Give me your login.
And me, I'm the guy who accepts his reality. I'm the wonderful Billy Flynn.
Gangland homicide? I love this job. Yeah.
What happened, Joe?
I don't really need your logins, more of your browser history. That's really all I need.
I really wanted that to be Sir not appearing on the stage.
In fairness, we found out about my technical issues with my camera not coming up on the stream, like as we were about to start. So
Actually, he's really there. He's just working his ventriloquist act, so he's seeing if his lips move.
Nice.
oh my God, that picture is from when my beard was red. That was
Yeah,
so
I was
long
gonna
ago.
say,
Right?
Oh, I'm old.
just
Remember when
for
you went
men.
ink in the well? Gosh.
Yes. Wait, hold on. Hold on a second.
Who's going first?
Oh, I will. Geeky Sweek. Sorry, y'all.
Whoa,
I
he's
don't
going
remember how to do this anymore.
Right? Like every single time.
I got COVID brain. That's not really. I mean, that is a thing, but it's more because I've been sleeping all day. So we've been watching Halo, the TV show
Oh, I got to catch up
based
on
off
season
of
2.
the video games, and it is really, really good. It is really good. There's a lot of action and fighting, but also like intrigue and espionage and what's going on and who's double crossing who and betraying who and becoming a Spartan and yeah. I'm surprised that I guess that I like this show, but I'm actually pretty much enjoying this show.
Yeah,
Just know that
it's
there's a bunch of good-looking people.
yeah,
If
it's
you would have watched the games, you would have enjoyed the story.
well, but the thing
Yeah.
is, the story is different than the games. It's almost like it's a different universe thing. And yes, he does take his helmet off a lot, but you know what? It's still good television. You can separate yourself from the source
Right.
material if you love one, and then
Absolutely. And there was even a point where I called it, right, Flynn? Because we were like all these different battles, and I was like, oh, because I'd watched him play the game plenty of times. Like the game itself is interesting and enjoyable. I didn't usually like play it, but I used to like sometimes actually watch them play it. And I was like, where's the needler gun? That was the best damn part of the game. And then not like 2 minutes later in this one episode, then it finally showed up. And I was like, yes, I called it. So I bet all the geeks were probably like, "Where's the damn needler?" But yeah, they finally showed up, and I was like, that's right." So yeah, I was like, "Wow, I am really a nerd now," because like, I've said this before lots of times. Penny and Leonard on The Big Bang Theory are a caricature, right, of like a total geek and you know ditzy blonde. So Flynn and I were not anywhere near on that level, but I definitely was not into any like geeky stuff when we first got together. And so for me to like make a deep cut Halo reference, or well, that's not really like a deep cut, but you know what I mean. But like the fact that I'm enjoying the show at all is a true indicator of my journey as a geek. Let's just put
All
it
right,
that
just
way.
sorry, very quickly. We're sitting in the Springfield Mall. I kid you not, the Springfield Mall, in the food court, and they've got TV. So the TV's on. They've got programming, entertainment, and they show a trailer for a little film, called Fellowship of the Ring. And somebody reacted very negatively to the scary.
They had lots of orcs, and I was like, I don't want to see that movie.
And I'm like, no, you are going to watch this movie with me. I've waited all my life for this movie.
Yeah, and obviously the movies and then the book and I mean, that's like one of my favorite pieces of any type of genre. So
You're welcome.
Yeah, second only maybe to Star Wars stuff, which I'm pretty equally geeky about. And so we've been watching The Bad Batch. Episode 6 and 7 of season 3 dropped for Bad Batch last
Double
night.
episode.
So, gosh, I do enjoy that show very much. But yeah, talk about like, we talked before how sometimes people don't really feel like there's a lot of value to the animated stuff. But like, if you're really a big Star Wars fan, the animated stuff is just great. And The Bad Batch in particular it's just excellent storytelling and the dynamics between the different characters. And they're all like, M count, what's M count? And we're like, we know what that is. So it's just kind of like, I just really enjoy it, like the bad guys and just the character development and just everything about the Bad Batch is just a really, really great show. Its place in the Star Wars universe is just should be solidified because it's just a fabulous show. We also we've watched Tracker. I feel like they're behind on episodes, or maybe we have one. It's Sunday nights or whenever it is that it comes back on. But this is the one where every other episode, Justin Hartley is shirtless. There's a plot too. It's something about them going around the world, and not around the world, around the country, and like collecting rewards for people that he finds when they're lost. And
He's a rewardist.
It's a fun show, It's like, as far as network TV goes, it's definitely, it's enjoyable, and it's just Hartley periodically shirtless and just being just damn charming every moment that he's on screen. So, Tracker, highly recommend. Also on my list, finally got added to our streaming availability. We watched Confess Fletch.
Hell yeah, we did.
And
I still have not
this is
seen that
John
yet.
Hamm,
Yes, I know.
For take on Fletch. His interpretation was really pretty good. There are a couple times where he kind of comes close to doing a Chevy Chase as Fletch impersonation, but always kind of pulls it back a little bit and does his own spin on things. He's that charming, like you kind of don't want to like him, a whole kind of guy, but who always ends up sort of like being right, but is funny. And I see a lot of Fletch in what Flynn sometimes tries to do with some of his like comedicness. I don't mean that in necessarily a bad way, but it was a fun movie. There were I'm trying to remember who else was in this. Marcia Gay, what is her name?
Harden.
Yeah,
Yep.
and she was not great in it, but she was in this, and Robert Picardo was in this movie a little bit at the end. So I mean,
McLaughlin?
yeah, so it was a fun it was not like, it was good. We made popcorn. It was a good fun like movie evening.
I mean, it really felt like a Gregory MacDonald novel. It really did. It is the closest to an actual Fletch novel any of the movies have been. The first one had its moments where it got close, but then they let Chevy Chase do his stuff. But no, he did quite well. He did quite well as Fletch in this. Just the deadpan nature of Fletch, he quite captured well, I believe.
Yeah. And I'm sure there's probably like a million other things that I can't remember, but that has been my Geeky Week.
Cool.
Okay, I'll go next.
I'm going to mute in case I need to blow my nose.
Okay. So the reason why I wasn't on the stream last time was because I was at RetCon, which is the second year convention in Raleigh, North Carolina. It's a small convention, just getting started. Like I said, it's only its second year, but it's really fun. It's just a nice, well-rounded genre convention. We did have an issue with the hotel because the air conditioning was not working in the panel rooms, which made things a little toasty. But we did a live version of Terrible Movies with Wonderful People, the stream on Sunday nights on Oh Hi Mark's channel, and that went well. And we did a few more panels, and me and my compatriots in the Merry Mayhem cosplayed Mrs. Roper on Friday night, so we had like a little
I saw your
Roper
pic. It was epic. It was epic. Wow.
We do plan to do that at other conventions, so if you see us Friday night, we'll probably be in the bar dressed as Mrs. Roper. We did have a lot of youngins not knowing who the hell we were. The most common guess was Mrs. Frizzle.
It's a gathering of frizzles.
Gathering of frizzles. You can call us whatever, but yeah, I think I've entered the caftan phase of my elderly years because that was comfy. So RetCon was fun, and I hope to be there again next year. And then last week on Saturday, I did Matthew's Comic-Con.
Well, Carol, what kind of panels did you do? Sorry, what kind of panels did you do at RetCon?
We did the live Terrible Movies with Wonderful People. I did
Sorry, you did say that, but yeah. Mm-hmm.
I did an 80s horror panel with Bill Mulligan, where we chose the best horror movie of each year of the 80s. And we hope to do the 70s at Con Carolinas.
What was the best of 83?
Oh, Jesus Christ. I'd have to pull up the list.
Flynn, that was so randomly specific.
God, you had to say 83. Give me a moment here.
Yeah.
Let me pull up what I chose for that year.
It's of the 80s. It's not like there's this whole thing to choose from.
Everybody knows 1984 was the year anyway.
Let me see. Where's the message I sent, Bill?
I don't know.
There he is. I'm finding what I chose for 83.
Sorry. I didn't realize how
83 I chose. Okay, I was the weird one. I chose Psycho 2.
You know,
because I think it is undervalued.
It is incredibly underrated. That film is very underrated.
The unanimous vote for the best of the 80s though was The Thing. So, but that was an easy one.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to beat that.
And then I did a panel on Doctor Who. We did a Saturday morning panel on Doctor Who, and then a couple of like con survival and this one time at con Friday night. So it was a fun con. I hope to do it again next year.
Cool.
Matthew's Comic-Con was just a small one-day convention. That's mostly a vendor con. We were there representing the Charlotte Geeks and the Geekery Market. That wasn't like panels or anything. That's basically just handing out postcards type thing. But if you're in the market for comics, look for the next small Charlotte convention because I think Charlotte Comic-Con's coming up in a couple weeks.
Charlotte.
Then as far as movies go, I saw 2 movies. Well, I went to the movies 3 times. I saw 2 movies. I saw Drive Away Dolls, which is the new movie by Ethan Coen, and I didn't really like it.
What?
I am a Coen Brothers devotee, so I went into this hoping I would like it, but I found it really unfunny and
Really?
it really came across as a middle-aged guy's version of what a lesbian road trip would look like.
Okay.
Interesting.
Well, Kevin Smith taught
Um,
us all about lesbians.
Yeah. And the whole plot, I do plan to do a review for this next week. I'll get to that in a moment, but the whole plot does not make sense because there's absolutely no reason why any of this happens. And I'll
Oh.
get into that in my review.
Okay, then.
It's just when the twist happened, I was like, this negates the entire movie. What are you
Oh,
doing?
Wow.
So, and then I saw Dune 2 twice. Dune 2 twice. Dune Part 2
Tutu,
twice.
Dune Tutu.
Yes.
Well, that must mean it was good.
Very. I'm going to put this up there with Empire Strikes Back as one of the best sci-fi
Ooh.
sequels
Wow.
of all time.
Wow.
Even better
Truly
than
to-
We're- I know I need to rewatch the first installation before
Yeah.
I can go, but it's so long. It's like
It is.
nights. I'm like, I don't know. We might just have to bite the bullet and break it up over 2 different days so that I can catch back up on it, so that we can then go see the second one.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
one's 2 hours and 45 minutes, so it's not a Scorsese length, but it's pretty long. I loved it. I've loved it. It's difficult material to adapt, but he did an awesome job adapting it.
Did you
This-
get the popcorn bucket?
They did not
The
offer
one
it
that
at my
looks like
local theater. I do
Wow.
plan on seeing this again in IMAX before it leaves IMAX, and I'm hoping they still have
No.
some of the pop.
See,
We have
they
to
need,
get it on opening weekend.
Yeah, I kind of figured, but
because like it broke my heart when I didn't get the D20 for
Yeah.
the Dungeons and Dragons movie. It broke my flipping heart. The dude that worked there was like, he's like, we sold out the first night. I've never
I
seen.
kind of
that
figured
happen.
that it's ugly as sin, so I'm not too terribly sad that I missed it. It's also like looks like a big butthole, but
Yeah.
Dune
like a
2, go
vagina
see
with
it.
teeth.
It's awesome. As far
wait, so that
as-
wasn't something for teeth when that came out and they just painted it?
Right?
Wrong orifice.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, as far as TV, I watched the 4th season of True Detective, and it's okay.
Okay.
It starts better than it ends.
Oh, okay.
I didn't really. The ending was kind of flat,
Aw.
so that made me sad because I did like it when it. The opening few episodes were really good, and then I watched the live action Avatar: The Last Airbender, and it was also okay.
Okay.
Is it Rich? Is this the one that you like?
Yes.
Yeah, see,
Like-
that's why he's got the camera off, because right now he's
I'm just
cursing. her.
friggin' present.
I'm gonna say this: it felt very rushed.
Oh no, 100%.
And, yeah, and I just don't like the fact that they removed Sokka's sexism because that's his whole journey.
I thought. See, I think they did a pretty good job with it. I do agree that he had a little bit less of a journey, but I think one of the things that we have to remember though is that the cartoon was made for kids. This one,
Well,
the live action wasn't, and so they had to go with
I
more.
disagree.
They had to go with more simplistic storylines in the cartoons, i.e., he doesn't think girls can do stuff, so they've got to prove that they can. Whereas I think in the new one, it was a little bit more subtle. His kind of his stance on women and how he grew from that.
Not saying I didn't like it, and if it gets season 2, I'll definitely watch it. But it was okay.
Carol, let me explain to you why there wasn't as much sexism. I realize I did that. I apologize for that. It was not intended that way.
Well, actually,
Ladies, come back. I'm trying to explain sexism to you. Oh, they're coming back. God, I'm just powerless.
Okay.
I apologize, Carol. I apologize.
That's okay. And then, of course, the Oscars were Sunday night, and we watched them live on Oh Hi Mark stream.
I understand that you scored quite well in your prediction.
Yes, 18 out of 23. I only missed 5. Only one major award, which was lead
was there
actress.
anything like super surprising to you as far as like?
The production, one of the other ones I lost, I got wrong. Production design. I seriously thought they would throw Barbie a bone, and just no. They
Yep.
gave it to Poor Things. Granted, I think Poor Things had the better production design, so I wasn't unhappy, but I got it wrong on my predictions. And then I got lead actress wrong, and then a couple of and visual effects, which we'll get into more because man, I was very happy I got that one wrong. Very, very happy. I chose Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, but when they said Godzilla -1, I was just ecstatic. So Godzilla is now
Have
an
you seen the
Oscar-winning
meme?
series.
The Godzilla one where it's like, he's 70 years old and he's made hundreds of movies. Don't give up on your dreams. He finally won an Academy Award. And it's Godzilla.
And it is the first time in the Oscars that a movie and its sequel both won Oscars, Oppenheimer and Godzilla.
Oppenheimer and Godzilla, right.
So, so that was fun. And that was my geeky week.
Aww.
That was a pretty good one, Carol.
Yeah, no kidding. I played a little bit of Helldivers 2. I'm doing my part. After all, service does guarantee citizenship. It is the best Starship Troopers game that has ever been made. It captures the tone of Starship Troopers, and I mean it's a fun shooter game. I will stick around the lower hazards because I am not that good of a gamer anymore, and it's, I like having fun. I don't like sweating in games, so I play where I have fun, and play with one of the kids, and it was a blast. The Oscars, I only watched clips of it, and the ones that I watched were the Ken's performance.
that should win an Emmy next year.
Yeah,
that was the highlight of the. If you have not seen Ryan Gosling sing "I Am Ken" at the Oscars, watch it.
Yeah, well, the best part about it is that a bunch of the other Kens showed up also. So you had Simu Liu and the new Doctor.
Yeah, and apparently he had a torn ACL.
Oof! Wow.
I'm not ACL. Achilles tendon, and did the whole thing with
Jeez Louise. And what is the name of the new Doctor? Chuti Gatwa. Yeah. I just couldn't remember his first name, but he was in there as well, and it was just such a delight. And seeing Margot Robbie and Greta Gerwig's face during that performance, just being blown away, and just the love that was shown to them, I thought was really, really cool.
Choreographed by Mandy Moore. Fun fact.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Hey, Jace watched John Cena's bit.
Oh yeah, I was just about to bring that up. John Cena coming out there. Like, first of all, okay, we all know Cena's in good shape. He has been for a very long time. When he started off as the prototype,
funny, he really is.
As started off as the prototype, then of course moved on to John Cena as his character, and then we've seen him buff and in his tidy whities in Peacemaker. But have we actually seen? Yeah, exactly. But hokey smokes, that man is just like that should be illegal. The shape that he is in.
Look, don't be upset because he knows how to pull off Birkenstocks.
It is true. It was impressive. But what an amazing, just, the visuals of it aside, the fact that he rolled out there and then said the line that if it wasn't for costume designers, we'd all be naked, which is one of the slogans that they are using in their strike, which, like, costume designers oftentimes do not get enough credit. Like all of the different things that go into making the magic that we enjoy, for us to be able to, disavow our reality.
Ourselves in the movies. Right,
Exactly. Those are the things that we just soak in: the music, the atmosphere, the sounds, the Foley, the costumes, the everything. Those are just as much of a part as the performance itself. And so I'm not a fan of them having to strike, but I'm glad that they are, because then people are starting to realize that the ones that are actually making the movies
without everybody, right,
are not the jackasses in the suits that are producers They're the people who actually make the stuff. And you know what? I know that you're dealing with COVID, Terry, but COVID, the only silver lining to COVID ultimately is that we're starting to see who is integral to various aspects of nearly every industry.
True.
And so that's a good thing. But anyway, that pretty much has been my Geeky Speak.
Oh, wow. Okay. So since I've got the new awesome computer, I've now delved into Marvel's Midnight Suns, based on the miniseries of the same name. Interesting, kind of fun. Didn't know that I'd get to be playing a resurrected half human, half demon woman who is actually the Hunter, but everyone just calls her Hunter, which is kind of funny. No, I had to say it. And of course,
See, I knew it. You can never trust somebody named Hunter.
You can't. Really. You just don't know what the hell they'll do. But it's interesting. The fight mechanics are kind of like this weird. It's almost like they're bringing in a little bit of you play cards to attack people and not just button mash fighting thing.
Oh yeah, that's why I didn't want to play it.
Well, it actually works kind of well. I was surprised because I did the little intro thing for it, and I'm like, okay. Well, if you're gonna give me cool animations like this for some of the moves, sure. So I don't have to remember like 7,000 different button combinations. I guess I can get along with that. My other gaming thing. Has everyone heard of Mist Play?
Mist Play. Is it based on the point and click Mist?
No. This is.
Is it based on Kid and Play?
No, that's even better.
Okay.
This is one of those apps where allegedly, if you play games, you can actually earn free, actual, real money.
Yeah, this is not a sponsored post, but yeah, and you give away all your data is how it works.
Do.
But
I get $25 playing it for a couple of weeks.
But if I was going to give away my data anyway, might as well, make some money off of it, right?
And I'm close to getting another $25, except my daughter is like, no. We need to go for the $100 PayPal thing, which is 33,000 points. $25 was 7,500 points. So there's a little bit of a difference there. So and it's weird that some of their ads is for other apps where they pay you to play games. And I'm like, why would you?
Are you showing apps for your competitors?
That doesn't make sense to me. That's
because because it's an ad farm and they're not actually judging what goes in there. Just these other companies. It's pretty smart,
All right. So I had a random day off and had some random free time. So I was like, well, okay, why not? I was going to have to eventually. So I watched Thanksgiving.
Yeah. How is it?
Why?
What's your take?
Well, I didn't know we'd have to wait 16 years to get an actual, other grindhouse film. But if you're a fan of 80s slasher films,
it was fine.
I think you'll have a good time with Thanksgiving. I do. It's stupid in places, the ending, telegraphs itself like mad throughout the entire film. But some of the kill sequences are actually interesting, and I promise you this. I hate to give things away, but I always love to give credit to movies when they show me something I've never seen before, and I've never seen a slasher film kill somebody on a trampoline. So
okay there.
So and I understand exactly what I'm saying when I say these words. So don't take me to task on this, but I think I could say that this is Eli Roth's best film.
Oh, that's easy, yeah.
Wow.
Hey, Patrick Dempsey's in this movie. Come on.
Do you think that's why he got Sexiest Man Alive? Because Blumhouse bought it for him?
I think it's because nobody remembers Can't Buy Me Love, is what that is. Right,
wait, are you trying to tell me that all these Sexiest Men competitions, all several of them, aren't actually really picking the sexiest man in the world?
What?
Not when Dev Patel lives and they chose Patrick Dempsey.
So I finally got around to watching that. They called it a reunion special, but MASH, the comedy that changed television, that aired on Fox just after the beginning of the year.
Mm-hmm.
First off, it's not actually a reunion because it's not a group of everyone who's still alive in a room together talking. Has everyone seen the last episode of MASH, To Goodbye, Farewell, and Amen?
Not a fan of the show.
So well, but yes.
chances are, if you've seen it since it first aired, you now see it where they have like these little things where they talk to people, they get like, different actors, and they're regaling stories. This special was that, but with like all the episodes throughout the run of the show. And so there was a couple of new things learned, but overall, if you've seen that episode and talk, you've kind of seen it. But it was weird because like they dug up the old tapes of Trapper, of Wayne Rogers, and you had stuff from David Ogden Stiers, you even had stuff from Harry Morgan. So it was kind of weird seeing dead people talk about this show. It was kind of strange, but
Yeah.
I'm a MASH person. I love that show. I can watch MASH anytime it's on. It's just the way it is. And I like to tell people, because I think this is cool, even though it's not. I watched MASH in the Pentagon. So thank you. Thank you.
That's cool.
Good times. I've also knocked out so far the only season of Guillermo del Toro's Cabinet of Curiosities.
Oh yeah, I've been meaning to go to that too.
Interesting. It feels, it's so weird because he introduces each episode, and he will give you and come sit on the table something.
Sorry, Billy. Sorry, Billy. I just flashed to Garth Marenghi's Dark Place.
Bad man, sir. Bad man.
Sorry.
But he will bring out like a little thing from the Cabinet of Curiosities that actually features in an episode and tell you the name of the episode and who directed it. Because some of these are like up and coming newer people that he's giving a chance to do stuff. There's also like Vincenzo Natali did like the third episode. If you're a Lovecraft person, this does lean heavily into Lovecraft in places. 2 of the stories are actually based on Lovecraft stories. One of them I'll have to reread to see if it actually bears any resemblance to the story at all, because I don't think that it does. But it's good to see Rupert Grint working and stuff. So, so you'll have yourself some good times there if you enjoy Del Toro's work. However, what I am here to tell you about that I finally got around to watching and should have watched a long goddamn time ago, I watched Mike Flanagan's Fall of the House of Usher.
Oh, that's on the list too.
Good. I like that.
God, is Fall of the House of Usher good. First off, you take the most underwritten characters from a Poe story ever, the Ushers, and flesh out a whole story for them, give them kids and whatnot. And then you proceed to give me episodes that have titles like The Mask of the Red Death, Black Cat, Murders in the Rue Morgue, Goldbug. You're giving me titles of actual Poe stories, and each episode is a loose to, for the Black Cat, actually really well, but a somewhat loose adaptation of the Poe story in an overall Fall of the House of Usher story. If you are an Edgar Allan Poe fan at all, you owe it to yourself to watch this show. We did a geek.
I wanted you to watch them before me. I mean, you think I could handle it? Like it wasn't too like horror.
There's a lot of blood.
There's a lot of
I don't mind blood. Blood is okay.
And okay.
You know me. You know what I can handle.
But you're talking like Haunted Hill kind of.
She doesn't like when people can't see things that are there.
Yeah.
However, what if one person does see the things that are there because we don't know if they're really there or not?
Ooh, like Sixth Sense sort of
I don't
thing.
like that.
Really?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I'd have to see it. I love Poe, so I'd be willing to give it a chance. But
because we did a Geek Label episode way the hell back called Poe Boys, where we talked about Edgar Allan Poe stuff and blah, blah, blah. This would have been the highlight of that episode had this existed then. It's not as good as Hill House because nothing is ever going to be as good as Hill House.
Very true.
But oh my God, this was so good. It was so very, very good. Bruce Greenwood does a very interesting performance in this as the lead usher, just the scumbag of the effing earth, trying desperately to redeem himself, at least in his own mind. It's a damn fine story.
How is he a scumbag? Did he seat somebody in the wrong place?
They're it's a pharmaceutical family.
Yeah, he runs a pharmaceutical company.
They're not ushers. Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, their last name is Usher. Yeah,
he was
messing with somebody in the mezzanine, and they weren't supposed to be there.
I wasn't going to give you the joy of actually acknowledging something like that. But no,
you liked it.
I thought it was great.
Seriously, watch that. That's damn good.
The wonderful Billy Flynn looks at what Chad and Abby are up to now. If you know what TV show they're on this week, you could win yourself a prize. It's your Further Adventures of Chad and Abby update. Chad gets to take over a group of students and immediately makes Principal Abe mad when he lets Sonny miss practice for the education game so he can go to the dance. But then he gets an invite to his high school reunion but got no interest in going. And the kid's like, nah, we're going to give you a reunion anyway. Brady interviews Chad for the school papers so everyone can get to know him. And Chad finds a love letter and wonders if it's one of the students sent out. Oh my God. But there's a bigger joke he doesn't see coming, which is kind of fun. Chad is hustling to be a good teacher. He's got a clue on how to do it. Something he learned from Billy Jack. It is tough being front of the category, the top of the type, the leading position of the bracket. Hashtag Chabby forever.
The male's it.
I do know that
Probably
one.
will be sort of easy because that was my suggestion.
Yeah, she's like, hey, have you ever done this one? And I'm like, you know what? I haven't. We should do that. That'd be cool. Hi, geeks. First credit where it's due. After bringing up the Bad Batch TV show at the end, you said the Bad Batch again when you strongly recommended it. And I can do that because you're reading, not hearing. However, the show you mentioned before was not named more than once at the beginning, and I'm generally working or driving when I listen to podcasts, and I can't always slide the progress bar back to catch what I miss. So again, please remember, you're trying to sell us on something you love. You're great at getting me to love what you love, but it only helps if I can find it, and for that, I need the names. Otherwise, you're great as always, and a great company. Stay safe. That is from Bill. Well, Bill, you didn't give me any kind of clue as to what we talked about with that show, so I don't know what that other show was.
I think it was Bad Batch.
Before Bad Batch.
Oh,
apparently
before
we
Bad
were
Batch, I
talking
don't
about
know.
another show.
Well, he doesn't know what it is because if he knew, he wouldn't be saying that it was the show that he doesn't know what it is because you didn't mention it because he doesn't know.
Because we talk about Tracker a lot because the next
because
episode,
reasons.
the next episode that airs, if it follows the pattern, should have Justin Hartley topless. Hey, GRD.
They don't say topless for guys; they say shirtless.
Shirtless.
He got the man titties out.
Topless. He's topless, and you know why he's topless?
Because that's how you
He
want
gets
it to be.
decapitated.
That's exactly how I'm seeing him. So I acknowledge I'm still catching up on GRD because life and everything, but I came across this just now and I wanted to share it for the show. It's only a summary, but it does cite the source in the video, but it's obviously discussing Jake Lloyd's recovery from just about everything he went through with his current progress via his mother. This is from Tommy. Tommy sent a video, and we've put this into the show. You'll find it. You can watch this thing that will discuss Jake Lloyd. Poor guy. Poor guy got just dumped on by the entire world in a very, very horrible fashion. And watch that because he deserves a little better than what the world gave him. Okay, I have to admit, I thought I was the only person in the world who remembered that they even made a Bustin' Loose TV series. Sometimes you dive deep.
Like bustin' loose, stop being like bustin' loose.
But last time Chad and Abby, as he's correct, was on Bustin' Loose, which was based on the Richard Pryor film, but was a one-season mid-'80s thing starring Jimmy Walker in the Richard Pryor role.
Jeez.
Wow.
I loved hearing the guys from Mad. You all seem to have quite a bit of fun with that. It was nice playing the game again. That is from Travis. Well, thank you very much, Travis. And as awesome as that was, I hate to tell you, but Quentin won. He can't have won. It's still last time. It was still March. Forget that. That doesn't make sense. Sorry, Quentin. Nobody won. That just doesn't work at all. Doesn't make the slightest bit of sense. If you have any idea where Chad and Abby are, because you could get prizes. For instance, Jared right now is not here this evening because he's playing the 30th anniversary of Street Fighter Collection in this Capcom collection of classic 80s arcade games that they made way back in the day. I believe Time Pilot's even included. So, oh my God, we have prizes that you could totally win, and you should do that simply by sending a note to podcast at geekradiodaily.com. Of course, the voicemail, the text message. To do that, you just need the magic numbers of
510 GRD Crew.
Now, see, I would say to say those again, but I know your throat can't handle. See, I'm thoughtful, and I almost said thoughtless. I really did. God, I'm horrible.
Welcome to Outworld Fleet Radio, your go-to destination for an out-of-this-world audio experience. With a playlist spanning light years from pop music to pop culture, we've got everything you need to fuel your intergalactic travels. From the latest hits to classic tracks, our music selection will take you on a journey through time and space. But we're not just a radio station that plays music. We've got an entire universe of shows, each one designed to entertain and captivate you. At Outworld Fleet Radio, we're broadcasting from the Eastern Time Zone to all mankind, entertaining the imagination with a universe of geeks and genres with our talented team of DJs and hosts. So, whether you're cruising through the galaxy or just hanging out at home, let us take you on a journey you'll never forget. Stay connected with the latest news and shows by visiting our website at outworldfleetradio.online. And remember, at Outworld Fleet Radio, the sky's not the limit. It's just the beginning.
Hey everybody, this is Mad Magazine artist Tom Richmond, and as one of the usual gang of idiots, I know idiots when I see them, and you are listening to a few right now on Geek Radio Daily.
Hey, I met that guy on Zoom.
I wasn't there. I'm not an idiot.
Well,
You still can be.
by proxy.
Idiot adjacent.
Yeah, something like that.
I'm not wearing any pants. Film at 11.
Geek News!
Let's take a look at the world from a geeky point of view.
Roger Clark, who plays Arthur Morgan in Red Dead Redemption 2, is set to narrate an audiobook that looks at American history through the lens of Rockstar's Red Dead Redemption games. Clark narrates historian Tor Olson's Red Dead's history, is in character as Arthur Morgan, protagonist, of course, of Red Dead Redemption 2. Red Dead's history explores the wildly dramatic and gritty world of America from 1870 to 1920. 2010's Red Dead Redemption and its prequel, 2018's Red Dead Redemption 2, set in 1911 and 1899 respectively, were praised for their authentic portrayal of life during the decline of the American frontier. In the book, Olson digs into the detail presented in the games and adds context from real-world American history. Weaving together the fictional characters and plot of the Red Dead Redemption games with real-life historical vignettes, Olson reveals that the action-packed violence of the Red Dead universe isn't just spawned from Hollywood westerns, but rooted in real socio-political issues from turn-of-the-century America. We got sloppier than the town drunk, and they know who we are, and where we are, and what we're doing. College history professor Tor Olson, who as well as writing books teaches the world's first Red Dead Redemption history class at the University of Tennessee, said this about his work. It came as an epiphany when I sat down in the midst of the pandemic in 2020 and played Red Dead Redemption 2 for the first time. I was only about 10 hours in and all these historical nodes in my brain are firing left and right. I can't turn off my historian identity when I'm playing, and I'm really genuinely surprised at how historically thoughtful the games were. I'm not so much obsessed with this game with this question of accuracy that gets bandied around a lot when you talk about historical video games. I'm more interested in the thoughtfulness and the ways a game tries to capture the mood and the feeling and the range of options and the realities of a time period. And I thought the game did a surprisingly good job at that. Well, we're thieves in a world that don't want us anymore. The audiobook edition of Red Dead's history will be published by Macmillan Audio on August 6th and will be available at Audible, Apple Books, or wherever audiobooks are sold. So make sure you get it out when it comes out. I have to insist.
Nice.
Nickel of your life, boy. All right.
Well, bye. Oh, wait, sorry.
Powers Booth. With a magnificent mustache in that one. Or no, not Powers. That's not Powers. No, yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Wait,
it's
no, it
Powers.
is. Okay.
That time
yeah.
it is. That time it actually is.
Yeah. Okay, I'll go next. So, what beautiful fashion was everyone looking at the Oscars on Sunday night? No, it wasn't that hideous pink monstrosity that was consuming Ariana Grande. I don't even know how to say your name. Oh my God, I'm Johnson.
Right.
Grande.
Let's just talk about Sydney Sweeney.
It's Adele Dazeem, okay?
Yeah. No, it was the shoes of the Godzilla -1 video or visual effects team because they had Godzilla on them. Get ready to stomp on buildings like Godzilla himself because the epic Godzilla -1 shoes you saw on the Oscars red carpet may soon be available for purchase. In case you missed it, let's catch you up. The entire Godzilla -1 team came to the Oscars with the best fashion statement of all. Shoes inspired by Godzilla -1, which feature our favorite monster decorating the heel. And honestly, they're some of the best bits of nerdy fashion I've seen in a minute. The shoes were obviously God tier, or some might say kaiju tier. Not only do they look intensely epic, but they're also very sensible heels. which is something you don't see at the Oscars. Godzilla salutes this fashion function decision, and we salute this truly iconic nerdery. Godzilla Minus One deserved to win its Oscar, the first for the Godzilla franchise, for many reasons, but if nothing else, we would have voted for it. Its victory simply for these shoes. Of course, the next question is, are these amazing Godzilla Minus One shoes for sale? And the answer is probably yes. And the designer responsible for the shoes stepped forward to reveal themselves after it was clear there was much love for the Godzilla heel. Mitsuo Ryozuki, excuse me, I have to remove a cat.
It seems weird that he
Matsuo
said that.
Ryozuki was a designer who created the Godzilla Minus One. It seems that Matsuo Ryozuki actually has actually designed many shoes with unique heels, including hands for heels and vampire teeth for heels. But by the looks of things, but by the looks, okay, I don't know who wrote this article, but man, I think it was AI. The designer shared on Twitter, "Thank you very much for paying attention to the shoes we made. We created those shoes in collaboration with Godzilla Minus One. There's a possibility that we may be able to sell the stock in a little while. If you're interested, please wait for information from us." In a later statement, he noted, "We are considering selling Godzilla shoes in some form overseas around the summer. So keep a lookout for Godzilla shoes." And of course, knowing how much some of his other shoes go for, I probably need a second or third job or a sugar daddy to buy them. So
please send applications to podcast@geekradiodaily.com.
I don't know how many people gonna want a middle-aged sugar baby. So
I think the important question is, I mean, since they, if it's a successful run for Godzilla, will they branch out? Will we get like Mothra shoes? Will we get like Ghidorah shoes? Could we get Godzuki?
Oh God!
Actually, Billy,
what about Gamera?
That is
the Godzuki ones. He'll just be on the bottom of the shoe.
See, the thing is, Billy, that is a very important question, but I believe I have the most important question.
Yes.
Is the box like the old crap, I forgot what they were called, the Loot Crate boxes where you could fold them out and they had printed images on the inside? And then is it a building so that way you can crush it with your Godzilla shoes?
Nice.
Tremendous.
And you need to do that before you recycle it anyways. So,
Exactly.
Good for you. Godzilla's always been about the environment.
Oh, a product of it, certainly.
I've got an interesting story. You may have not heard that they are going to do a documentary on the Indigo Girls, the story of Amy and Emily and how they kind of got together and started making music in their community. And it's going to hit streaming. It's not a biopic like a movie where actors are actually like playing them. It's a documentary behind the scenes. But because the Indigo Girls have been like one of the, a lot of fun to see live. I know, Flynn, you've seen them live before.
Multiple times.
There's big community around their music. They're going to do a one night only release April 10th in movie theaters. You'll be able to see their documentary. It actually premiered at the Sundance Film Festival, but since most of us didn't get to make it to that, you can check it out in your movie theaters. Directed by Alexandra Bombach, it emphasizes her belief in the power of seeing the film with like-minded fans. Right, like it's fun. It's one of those things you go and you all get together and maybe, I don't know exactly what the cosplay like that would look like, 90s grunge, lesbian, whatever.
What,
but
purple?
We all got it.
I mean, I'm fine with that.
Yeah. The movie is called The Indigo Girls, It's Only Life After All, right? Which makes perfect sense. And takes from the line From Closer to Fine, which has found a new life in 2023 because it was featured in the Barbie movie, right at the end when they're in the car. So like I think that's kind of a new buzz around the Indigo Girls. So I think it's going to be pretty interesting. You can check that out, all about that. And if you want to, like I said, get together. You could say the Indigo Girls are LGBT OGs. Just fun to possibly go check that out. So get your friends together, sing along at top volume if you want on April 10th, or if you can't make it out to the theater, check it out on a streaming service near you.
Aw. Yeah, I gotta see that. So you probably saw that they fired Bo DeMeo, the creator for the animated revival series X-Men 97, and now an executive producer on the series has released a statement. Brad Winderbaum just briefly touched about DeMayo's involvement, saying he did excellent work writing seasons 1 and 2, and I can't wait for fans to see the series. So why fire him? Well, mankind has always feared what it doesn't. The official reason for his firing and the subsequent deletion of multiple social media accounts is currently unknown, though speculation has been rife in the days since. Look, don't be what they made you. There have been rumors running around like mad, of course, but no actual reason as to why you would get rid of someone this close to the goal line. And it'll be really sad if the new show is as awesome as it freaking looks like it's going to be. I mean, the series does explore new stories from the iconic 90s timeline of the original X-Men, the animated series era, and it promises to keep it going as if it never, ever left. Mutant and proud. DeMayo made headlines in late 2022 for his comments in an interview where he revealed some of the fellow writers from Netflix's The Witcher had actively disliked the books and games, and one of the key hiring practices of X-Men 97 was a person had to be a fan of the original series. They never asked me. Just because someone stumbles and loses their path doesn't mean that they're lost forever, because, Bo hints that, look, they don't want him to do X-Men 97 anymore. Well, maybe, he'll just bring back Mutant X. GRD is licensed in the Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial Non-Derivative Works 963.0 license. I love that a bunch of kids right now are going, what the hell is that?
Or what was that mutant show? Was it Mutant X, the one that had Matt Frewer on it?
Matt Frewer, yeah. The first X-Men live action X-Men.
Yeah. Yeah, man, sorry. In this day and age, it worries me when I saw that he was fired and they haven't given a reason why. And it's just like, ooh, please don't be a Jonathan Majors or Kevin Spacey or, bad thing. Maybe he was just like a dick to the wrong person.
I'm tired of liking people and they turn out to be assholes. I'm really tired.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, everybody.
Me too.
Yeah. Sorry, I can't help it. Drop a note, won't you please? It's podcast at geekradiodaily.com, or of course, send a voicemail or text message to the magic numbers of
510 GRD Crew.
That's the one.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, suckers.
I think we need better packaging. We need a better way to show off our product.
I got lucky.
Yeah, you did.
Get him a body bag. Yeah.
Well, be quiet. Fine, serve.
There you are.
Right on cue.
Drew, what are you doing?
Show doesn't start till 3, babe. We'll be quick.
But we had a deal.
Come on, it's just a friendly little game, right, Ryan?
Totally, bro.
Oh, yeah! Get some! I probably should have warned you back at the break room with Sheboygan Lager. I was 192-0. Oh, yeah! 43-43, tying again. Bloody hell!
Come on, Drew. We're already a half hour late. Okay, can't we just say that next point wins?
Hey, those aren't the rules, Jenna.
I think that's a good idea.
Fine, whatever. Your table, your rules. Next point wins.
I thought you said you were good. Seen more aggressive ball play in an airport men's room. Get your head in the game.
Sheboygan Lager, bitch! That's how we do! That's how we do! Yeah! Yeah!
What is this from?
Oh! Woo! All right, babe, let's go see that play.
That is from a series you really should have watched. That is from Wilfred.
Yeah, I could not get into Wilfred.
I enjoyed it.
In fairness, at the same time, you couldn't get into Stranger Things.
Yeah.
So.
Wait, did I try Stranger Things?
I think you might have tried half of an episode and decided no.
I don't know.
Around that time frame, there are several things you missed because of the drama of a new child in our lives, including, you missed the boat when I jumped on board with Schitt's Creek. So
that's true.
I missed that one too. I didn't come around until after, right until the last season dropped. I think the last 2 seasons, something like that.
I'm kind of glad I found that after it was done, because I just
so you
binged
watched the whole thing at once.
I still had half of the penultimate season to go when they dropped the final season, and that's when she was like, some friends of mine at work have said that, sure, let's watch it. So that was cool because, I got to watch all this, and there was a moment where I was like, okay, after this, I don't know what's going to happen.
That is cool. And Wilfred, I think also is that whole like, is he really there? Is he not? Like the mental health aspect of it, of like seeing things and not, I don't, you know what I mean? Like that was probably maybe part of it for me. And like the cringe factor of him just doing stuff. I don't know. It's just, yeah.
It's not your cup of tea. Yeah.
This is also something that's not said often. But Dwight Yoakam shows up and gives you a hell of an episode.
It's true.
Didn't he show up on the X-Files too?
Fair enough.
Yeah, in one of my favorite episodes, I think. Like the creepiest damn episode. Wait, is that the one with the family under the bed?
Episode.
No, that
wasn't in that
one.
Because that's where I thought you were going, and I'm like, wait, no, he wasn't in that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Five other
That's the one
episodes that are
they
creepy.
don't show in syndication all that much.
Yeah.
No. And I had I had recorded that because that was the 90s. It's back when I'm recording my favorite shows on TV. So I had that on tape when they decided we're never going to show it again. Well, fuck you. I have it. Ha ha.
Oh, man.
Oh, I'm sorry. I dropped an F-bomb. We're still doing stuff.
It's fine.
Well, that was the one.
Yeah, that's true.
That was the one.
Oh my god! Yeah, when you're sick, you're not nearly as much of a sailor.
Yeah, I have no energy for Fs.
Yeah. Well, she has no Fs to give.
No Fs to give.
Well,
try.
the whole cursing thing is just because we've always tried to keep GRD, PG-13. On stream, it doesn't matter, but I know
we always do.
Well, I'll just go all poor things then.
Right. We'll drop things that got dropped at RavenCon.
C word every.
No, that's insensitive, Carol. That is insensitive, Carol. Poor Terry has it right now.
I do every day, actually.
Talking about COVID, what do you guys talk? Oh my gosh!
The other C word.
Can we
Canada?
Cancer was the big one, so but Jesus, come on.
Yeah.
Weird. Stop it. Gosh.
It isn't that big.
Really? You haven't read the men's room walls, have you? Hey now.
Wow. This is devolving quickly.
Here we have an actual sound clip from our gynecologist. Hello? Is everything okay in there? Hello? I'm sorry. That was cruel. I apologize, Carol.
All right, y'all. I'm not feeling great. If you all want to commit a little bit more, you go right ahead. But I will see you in a week.
All right. Hopefully you feel better soon.
Feel better.
That'd be the 28th then.
Yes.
Yeah.
Look at me do math.
28th. Okay.
Dre says, I've got the black lung pop.
Well,
right. Oh, that is a good quote. Thanks, Trace. I do love me some Zoolander. All right. Bye.
Bye.
I had no idea she would have had any interest in the Fallen House of Usher.
It's pretty bloody. It gets pretty gross.
See, that's not like the first season of American Horror Story. She started watching the first episode with me, but like when there's ghosts there but people can't see it, that freaks her the hell out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Roderick Usher sees stuff but nobody else does, so that's kind of okay.
Yeah, but he's
right?
just conversing with it. He's not. It's not like scaring.
Well, you do a couple of jump scares with the stuff.
Yeah.
That you see, so. And the reveal of the jester, I was like, okay, you know what? Oh God, I completely forgot to mention that dude. So Rich,
yeah, it's me.
So there's this guy who's been trying to prosecute the Usher family for like decades, trying to catch them in something for decades. This guy is C. Auguste Dupin. Now, see, without video, I can't tell if that actually meant something to you or not.
Yeah, he did. He did. My eyes lit up. Like, wow. Right. Holy cow.
So right away, first episode, it's Fall to the House of Usher, but we got Dupin, and the next thing you know, we started getting like, Mask of the Red Death, the Black Cat, Murder in the Rue Morgue, and the ending to that one, I was like, all right, show. All right, I'm on with you. This is some good shit right here. And then I saw on Netflix, I forget what it's called, but there's some other haunted house scary thing. It's like, hey, all these people that started Mike Flanagan's show, they're in this one.
Well, that's why that's been on my list to watch. Is just haven't had the juice to sit down and watch it, you know?
Yeah, that's my problem with most things now. It's like I stare at a computer screen for 12 hours. I don't want to stare at a computer or a TV screen after that.
That will hook you. That will make you want to. Goddamn.
Yeah, I actually love the Fall of the House of Usher. I liked it better than Midnight Mass. That's for damn sure.
It was.
I actually haven't watched Midnight Mass yet.
I didn't really like that one.
You should just go straight to Fall House of Usher, dude.
Yeah.
Oh. You know another point that'll get you to watch this goddamn thing?
What's that?
The family's sleazebag lawyer is Mark Hamill.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
And Mark Hamill's playing a grumpy old, I don't give a damn about anybody, I'll make anything happen because I get paid a lot of money kind of guy. And he's great. He's effing great. I was like, wait, is that Mark Hamill? Oh my God, that's Mark Hamill.
Let's stay on the call for a minute because I'm trying to set this up because when Terry left, it messed up all the frames, and with all the trouble that I had last week, I want to make sure that our last show, I want to make sure we get it up.
What's her name? Verna. What Verna? Is that's Carla Gugino?
Carla Gugino.
Yeah.
Oh, I always love her.
And she plays a character named Verna, which my brain right away went, hold on. I can move those letters around and spell Raven.
Yes. They were very clever with a lot of what they did in that show.
They really were. Like,
Yeah, that Mike Flanagan guy.
Dude.
Pretty solid.
Seriously. That's why I'm surprised I didn't dip into it earlier because it was him. And just one night, I'm like, you know what? I've been meaning to watch this. Look, I got time. Let's watch the first episode. And I was like, oh my God, I don't want to go to sleep, but I have to. I really want to watch another episode right now.
Well, I think there's always the worry that it's going to not be good. And so you're like,
due for a really bad one. I didn't particularly enjoy Midnight Mass, but I can't say it was bad.
Well, didn't he do the Midnight Club?
Yeah, which only got one season, but I haven't watched it, but I heard it's still good. It just it couldn't find an audience.
I watched a bunch of it, and it was like, yeah, okay, yeah, it's not bad. Not bad.
Oh, dude, Fall House of Usher. Layers and layers and layers. And I don't know that I've ever seen a villain who honestly tries to give you a chance not to die by their hand. Hey, you don't want to do that. No, you really don't want to do that. Okay, you did that. I'm going to have to kill you now.
On you now.
But yeah, the Black Cat was... I found it to be oddly very, very faithful to the original story.
Yeah, I was wondering how they were actually going to do that one. I was also wondering how they were going to do Murder at the Rue Morgue because I knew the twist of it. So I'm like, huh?
Yeah.
And then they went into the lab, and I was like, oh,
all the effing way.
So, but it was nice seeing each episode be a story.
Yeah. That, move the over. Oh, God, yeah. And I was stunned when I was like, Goldbug is an episode? I was like, Goldbug? I'm like, who besides me and Valentine Wolf even remembers that Goldbug is...
I do, but...
I was like, really? Oh, okay. Yeah, this sort of is Goldbug. Yeah, it is. Damn. But yeah, no, that there was a lot of love in that. There was a lot of love in that. So yeah, whatever he does next, I'm right there for it. Unless, of course, he wants to take on Mutant X, because no, we're not.
He's on TikTok. I follow him on TikTok.
Okay.
He does some little behind the scenes videos for as long as they'll let us have TikTok.
Well, you understand the reasons why they're wanting to get rid of TikTok, and honestly, they're giving TikTok more of a chance than they really need to. By being like, look, just
already out there.
Right, but the TikTok continually listens. It doesn't shut things off, and right now, China, even though they're going bankrupt and they're barely a superpower, they are still kind of our enemy, and maybe we shouldn't be, allowing so much of our information to go to them.
But then by the same token, why does they get to
Why does Jeff
donate
Bezos
money
get
to
it?
political candidates?
Yeah, that too.
And they shouldn't. I mean,
Oh
100%.
my God. All right, you ready for this? I'm sorry we can't see you because I want to see your shocked face on this. Ben Shapiro said something that I agree with.
Mm-hmm.
He said, fine, if you want to make the mandatory retirement age 65, fine. But only if we also include that to our politicians. And I was like,
yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay, yeah, let's do that.
I'm
Sure.
absolutely fine with that.
Do it.
And I think we should have term limits on the Supreme Court justices because laws
Term
change
limits on
in a
everything.
generation. Yeah, everything should have term limits.
Lifetime appointments. Oh, gee, yeah, wow. Yeah.
So we don't get any more Mitch McConnells and Lindsey Grahams. And hell, even on my side, Bernie can retire. I love him, but Bernie can retire.
Yeah, Bernie, seriously, brother.
Yeah, no, I'd 100% agree with that. We should have term limits and stuff like that.
There's some jackass, Patty Baps page, I think it was. Oh, this jackass is. We're talking about the discussion was January 6th. This guy jumps in, with his, what about this and this, and I'm like, dude, you keep moving goalposts like, man, it's ridiculous. And every time he just kept trying to move it, but then he finally hit me with something like, well, since you love Biden so much, I'm like, look, dude, I don't love Biden. I didn't even want him to run, but a guy with pretty damn good numbers with job, and it's much better than the criminal rapist that you want to support.
Right. Well, I mean, he has the best job numbers that we've ever had.
Yeah, like 84 years or something.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, oh, we've got the worst unemployment in 15 years. I'm like, did you not see this story? And I posted from the actual Fed. Here's the numbers that shows it's been 84 years.
Yeah, exactly. And the sheer amount of stuff that he has done is undeniable. I look forward.
Even Fox News had to report it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's been great when they've had to do stuff like that. But I look forward to the time when we aren't having to pick the lesser of two evils. Not that I think Joe Biden is, evil or anything like that. Frankly, he was certainly the best candidate for the job at the time, and he's been handling everything pretty darn well. But as I said, I do look forward to when we can have folks that we can kind of not have to white knuckle their health still sticking around or anything like that they can just
isn't
do their
it
thing.
weird to still to this day read about how people were actually jazzed and excited to vote for John F. Kennedy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I look forward to those times. And you know what? That's the thing. We need 4 or 5 more voting cycles, and then we will have that, because we will have gotten the majority of the wackadoos out, and it will just be down to people who give a shit about actually getting the country on track, not what has become the Republican Party, which is government doesn't work, vote me in and I'll prove it to you.
I love when I blow people's mind and I'm like, do you realize that, I was a Republican and I used to be called a moderate Republican. And apparently in this day and age, a moderate Republican is an angry, screaming liberal.
Mm-hmm.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, is that not everybody, but they have so flipped the script that that they're just fucking nuts at this point in time.
Yep.
True conservatism doesn't give a fuck what you do in your bedroom, because the government has no business talking about that. That's not what the government's for.
Exactly.
The government was never supposed to be trying to give morals to. That's not what the government is. The government just fix roads and make things happen. That's all the government.
Yep.
Stop it.
Well, that's thanks to Reagan, because he's the one that, he wanted government small enough that you could drown it in a bathtub, which, of course, if you believe that, the United States is, supposed to be glorious, powerful, and all of that jazz, and an example for all America or all the world, then you obviously would want a, something a bit stronger.
Government's so small, we used it to get rid of the fairness doctrine.
Yeah.
So what the hell, dude? Is your camera ever going to work again?
Yeah, I will. I haven't been working on that. I've been working on making sure that
How are we still doing here?
no, we're good now. I just wanted to make sure that I could have. If you look at the stream right now, I've actually got the dark gray part of Zoom basically composited out. There's some artifacting that I'm not thrilled with. There's a few parts around Carol's head that's getting composited out, but this at least will track where everybody goes, and the worst thing I have to do is move somebody's name versus what I've had to do, which was basically a copy of the screen and then have it basically cropped and placed. And so whenever somebody drops out, or if a camera doesn't, like when Terry, I just finally put her down in the bottom corner because she would cut her camera on and off.
Nobody puts Terry in the corner.
But that way I could at least keep it in one spot. But now it's bouncing around. So now this will make everything so much easier with what I'm doing.
So you should start recording audio now, because I've made you the host, because she just told me there's a new episode of Halo and I have to leave and go watch it with her.
Oh, okay. That'll work. Well, I'm actually good. So I'm just kind of doing a little bit of minor playing.
Good.
So
You're great.
Well, if that's the case, I'm going to skedaddle.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah. Y'all can fuck off.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay,
See you in the morning.
Are we still on stream?
Yeah, we have been. Yeah.
Oh,
Stopping
okay.
it now.